My name is Ari Levitt, and it is my distinct privilege and pleasure to have been the moderator for the 2018 MEDy Awards. Over the past few days during the breakout sessions, 18 outstanding companies vied for 4 coveted awards in the following areas. We had the Outstanding Startup Pitch, the company with the most convergent technology, the most disruptive company, and then the company that was the one to watch. The presenters from each of the companies had 4 minutes to make their pitch, and then 2 minutes to answer questions from our distinguished panel of judges, who I would like to introduce to you now. One of our judges, unfortunately, could not be here tonight, and that was Ann Wellington from Cedars-Sinai Accelerator. And so in her place, we have Catherine Zavala of MedTech Innovators. We also have with us Allison Carey Coleman, the innovation leader from Anthem, Chris Hilliard, the executive director of innovation at New Hanover Regional Medical Center, and Michael Nichols, the general counsel of EXO Foundation. I would also like to introduce Paul Grand, who is the CEO of MedTech Innovators, and they were the co-facilitators of this event, and he would like to say just a few words about his company.
Thank you very much, Ari. Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm Paul Grand, CEO of MedTech Innovator. MedTech Innovator is a global competition and accelerator that runs in partnership with all the people you see on the slide up here at the bottom. We're basically an industry-led program that's designed to find the best startups in the entire world and make sure they're successful. And what's really important is that we're celebrating innovation here today. So the MEDy Awards are about innovation and startups, and you're going to see some really great pitches in a couple minutes. We saw 18 great pitches, as Ari mentioned. At MedTech Innovator, we see 733 companies this year alone, all around the world. We work with all these partners to basically find the innovation out there and make sure, as I said, that they receive the ecosystem they need to be successful. And what I want to leave you with today in terms of my MedTech Innovator and what you think about us is that we are a program that's designed to make sure these startups don't fail. These companies you're going to see pitch are fantastic. All the companies in the Innovation Lab are fantastic. That was the source of the companies that we used to choose the companies who are competing and that you're going to see pitch. But these companies have a huge road ahead of them. It is not easy for these startups. It is incredibly hard, and what they need is an ecosystem. So what we do at MedTech Innovator is we find these startups, and we have to make sure they're successful. And we do that all together. We're a nonprofit. We're supported by the industry. We work with the FDA, NIH. We work with the U.S. military, and we work with 200 different partners across the ecosystem to support these companies. So you see my email address in the corner, paul@medtechinnovator.org. If you are from an organization that wants to work with the top startups in the world, and that's what we literally do, you should email me and get in touch with me afterwards. If you don't see your logo on the bottom of this slide, you should get in touch with me afterwards. Coming back to the MEDys, the important thing about the MEDys is that you understand, again, that all the companies that were in the running are companies that were definitely qualified to be up here on this stage. And we had a very difficult job. We spent the last 2 days, as Ari was mentioning, listening to these startups pitch. And we evaluated them in a bunch of different categories. This is what we do at MedTech Innovator. We facilitate this. I think last year we did something like 17 different pitches throughout the year in different parts of the world. We're launching in Asia next year, so we're going to have, I'm sure, thousands of companies next year. But the point is that you, as the industry, have to help these companies. So after you hear the pitches today, as you're walking around the Innovation Lab, I want you to grab those companies and say, like, what can I do to help you? What do you need to be successful? Because that's what this industry needs. It needs you coming together to help these companies be successful. If you want to help us with that, you know how to reach me. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to Catherine Zavala. Catherine's our first judge who's going to who's going to talk about the first award that we're going to be giving out. So Catherine, take it away.
Thanks, Paul. So I get the honor of presenting the first award, or the first trophy of tonight. The MEDy Award for Outstanding Pitch recognizes the company that delivered the best overall pitch of the day. We evaluated factors such as the quality of the presentation, their ability to articulate the problem, the solution, and their value proposition, and the strength of the team. Before I announce the winner, I want to make sure to recognize honorable mention in this category, and that went to Analytic. So if Kevin is in the audience anywhere, raise a hand. Oh, there he is over there. So a big round of applause there. And then, of course, our winner tonight is Seto. And congratulations, Ashwin.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ashwin Gunashekar. I'm the founder and CEO at Seto. Thank you for the award. We're delighted to be here, and we've absolutely enjoyed the conference. Seto, we are democratizing EEG for healthcare. EEG, or electroencephalography, is like ECG, but for the brain. It involves measuring electrical activity on the human scalp with precisely placed electrodes. EEG is an important diagnosis technique for conditions such as epilepsy, sleep disorders, and stroke, to name a few. Yet, it hasn't changed much ever since it was invented back in 1924. It requires a trained technician to precisely measure and mark the electrode locations, abrade the skin, apply conductive paste, and glue each one of those electrodes to the scalp. It eventually ends up taking about 2 hours for just recording 30 minutes of data. The scarcity of technicians in an archaic process causes EEG to be unavailable in a majority of hospitals, most ERs, and not to mention in many countries. And beneath this archaic process lies this vast amount of data that is completely untouched by the power of technology. Apple recently announced atrial fibrillation detection through EKG on the watch. One can imagine the possibilities with EEG are quite significant. And we are changing the entire value chain of EEG. Wireless, no skin prep, dry electrodes, and on the cloud. We are the first product of its kind cleared by the FDA for clinical use. We are eligible for reimbursement through all the existing EEG codes. Over 5 million outpatient EEG procedures are performed in the US and EU annually at an average reimbursement of about $550. And nothing beats a live demo, right? So let's do it. Here we have, no? All right. Let's keep rolling. So with our platform, EEG is transmitted live to the cloud. You get the physician analysis software. A physician can read it from anywhere. Imagine a remote hospital in Mobile, Alabama, can perform an EEG and have its data read by a physician sitting in LA all within minutes. And where are we going with this? Our vision is to make patients never be at a loss of information about their brain. As we grow, we will make computers read EEGs. ECGs are already being read by computers today. And after that, we want to be able to have EEGs be a part of your routine health check. Our device will be a part of your routine health check, just like a brain stethoscope. And who doesn't want to know if your brain is doing OK or not? Immediate detection of stroke and concussions are two areas we're very passionate about. We are at 12 hospital beta sites right now, and we are happy that all of them have turned into our raving fans. We're launching commercially in April 2019. We are an infant business in an infant industry, and we can't be more excited for the road ahead. Thank you. All right, so demo is up.
Good.
There you go. So we can do a couple of eye blinks, and it shows up as big peaks on the top two panels. Jaw clenches. Jaw clenches shows up a big muscle artifacts on all the electrodes. And let's do closed eyes and generate some alpha waves. On the bottom two panels, you can see how the waves are becoming slower and bigger. So that concludes the fastest live demo of our product. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That may have actually been better the second time around. Our next award this evening is for Convergence, and as Ari mentioned earlier, this award goes to the organization that we believe demonstrated the best application of the convergence of different technologies. And again, we want to recognize one group with an honorable mention. That would be Wolf from Care Angel. Terrific presentation by your group. Congratulations. And then here to present their solution, which we believe is a very unique convergence of AI, machine learning, and natural language processing, is our winner, Cloud Medics.
Thank you. While we're looking. All right. Hello, everyone. Wake up. This is the last session of the day. So thank you so much for the award and the opportunity. So my name is Tash Fain, and I'm the co-founder and CEO at Cloud Medics. And at Cloud Medics, we're asking the fundamental question of how can we change and improve the patient-doctor experience. And the reason we're asking that question is, in the current workflows, it's turning doctors into data entry personnel. It's turning them into typists. It's adding redundancies and adding workloads that are overbearing for doctors and making doctors hate their jobs. And this sometimes introduces errors and fatigues and possible misdiagnosis. So the year was 2014, when a handsome fighter pilot, age of 55, had a stent placed in his heart, and then he started having headaches because he was on Plavix. He went to the emergency room twice, but both times the doctors didn't find anything wrong with them. That was a mistake. The patient had a subdural hematoma, put him into a coma for 11 days, and they had to do emergency head surgery. That patient was patient 0 and my father. And that became the genesis of Cloud Medics. So we want to show you the future of what we believe could change this interaction between a doctor and a patient. So we want to introduce Sophie, which is a medical AI assistant that gets integrated into your Epic and Cerner and helps you improve your clinical decision support, revenue cycle management, and back office operations as an AI assistant. And so remember that process, 12 or 13-step process? We can reduce it to a 3-step process where a physician can type into their EMRs, speak into the EMRs, and the AI takes over and fills up the blanks, recommends medications, recommends tests, and follow-up steps. And then the coders can do the same thing, so it reduces their workflows significantly. We're currently deployed in some of the top hospitals in the country. These are some of the ones that we can publicly talk about, but there's a lot more that are in the pipeline. And we're helping them improve and reduce the workflow of doctors, increase revenue, and identify risks early on. And so one of the things we wanted to do was, how do we build an AI that learns very quickly? We didn't want to build machine learning algorithms in a supervised manner. That is just not scalable. So what we built was a step 1 process where we could take data from not only your EMRs, but patient-reported outcomes, devices, labs, et cetera, and put it through an NLP system that self-trains on its own. And now we have a neural network that is building itself as an ontology. It's self-learning and evolving. And through this process, the AI is getting better and better with every day, with every new data set that we see. And then we said, well, how do we test this? We said, let's take the exam that doctors take. So we invited a group of doctors. We simulated a USMLE Step 1 exam. And we divided the group of doctors into 3 control groups. The first one was the human data set that was taking the exam. The second group was the AI taking the modified boards. And the third group was AI and humans combined. Can you guess who did the best? Augmented medical intelligence. Here are the results. So the questions were pretty complex. We were not looking for keyword searches. They were pretty complex, multiple choice, case study driven. The AI understood what we were talking about and got to the right answers. And augmented medical intelligence shows that the human average score is 75. The AI beat all the humans by getting a score of 85. So a human was 75, AI got a top score of 85. And man-machine or human-machine combined was 91. And when we talked to the doctors in the third group, what they said was, in the first 20 or 30 questions, they were skeptical. But after the AI consistently gave them the right answers, they started leaning in and trusting it. And so why this is significant is it takes doctors 12 years to train. It took our AI a few weeks. It took doctors 85 minutes to take the exam, took our AI 5 minutes. and it's reducing fatigues and errors. I'm going to go really quickly with the slides. And so I have many case studies to present, but the one that I love the most is early detection of liver cancer, which is very hard to detect. This is something that the AI did during compared to a gold standard, which is the MEL score and Child-Pugh score, to compare early detection and progression and aggressiveness of cancer. Our AI did it automatically in a week's time and beat those scores by 2x, 3x times. And then we did the same thing around CPT coding, medical coding, helping doctors identify ICD to DRG crosswalks, and doing a good job at it. So we're Cloudmatics. We believe the future of healthcare is man or human and machine combined. If you have a ton of data, come work with us. We'll build these algorithms together and change healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. So I'm delighted to be awarding or presenting the award for the most disruptive company. So this is the company that we assessed would have the biggest impact in their chosen market. And just like the other awards, that was very difficult to select a lot of great companies. But we'd like to make an honorable mention to Textpert, who Textpert had really disruptive idea in the mental health, behavioral health field and addiction. Is Textpert here? Raise your hands if you're here. Well done. So the award for most disruptive company is going to go to Alavita, who have a fantastic design, a convergent technology also that we believe really is going to have an amazing impact. So Alavita.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I think the award goes to all the patients and everyone who we are working towards. So thank you for that. Again, we are from Alavita. I'm Satya, CEO and co-founder, where we aim to empower personalized care. Every single time when we talk about it, or when my mom gets back to the hospital, she asks me, could you do something for me from going back to the hospital? The sad reality is I couldn't give her an answer because there's no access to high-quality, patient-centered care at home. Let's take, for example, heart failure, which is the most leading cause of hospitalization in the US. But we all know it's associated with the heartbeat, but the only thing that we don't know is it also involves a lot of other factors, like just not the pressure, but also involves lungs and other organs that causes heart failure. For this complex condition, today there's only catastrophic support for patients, and 70% of the physicians use error-prone single indicators like weight as a way to measure these patients, and while others are using invasive methodologies or multiple wearable devices that are really capturing just one aspect of the disease, but then the disease is complex. And there are studies that have shown that there are a lot of different factors associated with the condition. A multi-parameter, a multi-marker approach is what is really essential for such conditions. And that's where another study has shown a spirometer, which is measuring the lung function, because in heart failure, the lung is also involved, and nobody is looking at the lung function. That is where we wanted to look at different aspects. Even breathing is a better indicator for deterioration in heart failure. And today, only one device has been approved for the FDA for a heart failure patient. And it's an implantable device, and it costs a lot. So imagine if you have to simply, instead of putting a chip into your heart for the rest of your life, or using multiple devices every single day and having the trouble of measuring all these things, what if you could breathe into a device that can measure all these different things at a fraction of cost? That is exactly why we created MouthLab. It is a non-invasive rapid medical assessment device that measures multiple vital health parameters in 30 seconds. So today, we can measure all these different parameters accurately and rapidly, and it's very easy to use. All you have to do is pick up the device, put it in your mouth, breathe through the device for 30 seconds, and you put it back. The data is sent to the cloud in real time using LTE-M. So if you don't have a smartphone or a smart device, you can still use this device. So a person like my mom, who's not tech-savvy, who's old, she could still use this device every single day, more like brushing her teeth. So it sounds too good to be true, but we have like scientific evidence to prove that our device works. And right now we're doing studies at Johns Hopkins to prove the validity of our product. And the current ability of measuring all these different vital signs are just the beginning, because the device goes in the mouth. It has access to breath and saliva, which in turn gives access to many biological indicators of health. So that is the path that we are taking right now. And it's not like just like giving a device. We're not just a device provider. We are providing value to our stakeholders, because like we're not sending the data that is like not actionable. We're sending actionable data not just to the providers, but also to the caregivers, because like caregivers like me, we need actionable data. We need to better understand what's happening with our loved one's condition. That's where we have all these different things. And again, there's integration, there's support, coaching, and everything can come through support. And as I said, like we're providing the device, technology, and services, and it's catered to our customer needs. And all these different things, for example, our partners in terms of providers, they need the device, technology, and services, whereas other partners, major pharmaceutical companies, really need this device to actually help identify like certain biomarkers associated with their patient condition. And why is it really important? Like, a device like this can actually bring clinical trials to patient home. Listen to a lot of speakers talking about clinical trials in home. Here's a device that can help monitor your patients at home. Here's a device that can actually measure these biomarkers that are not normally measured at home, and so that you can measure the treatment responses, drug adherence, and all those. More importantly, you can measure the patient outcome and improve their satisfaction. And these are some of the areas in which, like, this is not something what we are saying, but all our customers are really interested in putting our device in all these different conditions. And that's a true value of our device. And this isn't possible without our great team. And we also have a lot of incubators and awards and recognitions. Like, mainly what I wanted to say, like, we are changing the culture of care monitoring, and we want each and every one of you here who believe in us, who think like this is a device that can help transform your loved one's care, your patient's care, or anyone who you think would be useful, please come find me after. Thank you. Thank you.
So it brings me great pleasure to present an award tonight to a company that falls under the category of one to watch. Companies that fall under the category of one to watch include companies that may be early for market or some kind of investor adoption, but really play a potential significant role in the healthcare or the healthcare delivery process. We're here to celebrate companies that have creative, big, and inspiring ideas. And the first company that I'd like to mention is the honorable mention in this category, which goes to a presenter that really struck a resonant chord with everybody on the judges panel, called Think and Zoom. So if Think and Zoom is here today, over there, go see them and learn a little bit more about what they're doing. It's very inspiring. The award for the one to watch company goes to an entity that is doing something or tackling a problem that I think we all can relate to and really is near and dear to my heart working in the health tech field, and that is Seekster.
All right. Everybody's a Seekster. We're all seeking to hack healthcare. We're all seeking to improve health for all. And we seek to clarify health data by empowering patients to collect and own and share their data. You may have seen the video that I showed earlier, either at the MEDy Awards, or sorry, the MEDy pitch. I'm not going to pitch you today. I'm going to actually dive deeper into some slides and get granular on some of the questions about our business model, the technology, what is it exactly that we do. We bring all this health data in one place: EHR data, genomics data, fitness data. We're HIPAA compliant, high trust, 256-bit encryption, privacy, security, transparency from the start. Our vision: a world where individuals own and truly understand all of their health data in one place. Our mission, since we're in Mission Valley in San Diego, is all about improving health by empowering individuals to collect, own, and share their health data in one place. So 3 years ago, I walk into someone's office named Dr. Eric Topol, and he said it's not possible to build what I showed today. And we got a call back late summer. He wanted to try it, gave him an invitation code, and he tweeted this. We couldn't be so proud by his, data being publicly shown for the first time, connecting 4 different health systems, genomics, fitness, all in one place. If all of you want to try Seekster, email us at info@seekster.com, put xMed, and say Artie will give you a special invite code, and I'll make sure our developer teams give you an invite code so you can try it, just like Eric or even Dr. Daniel Kraft, who showed his data earlier today. So we put the person at the center of healthcare. We stitched together multiple health data records in a single longitudinal format, and there's lots of things that come from obviously doing that. We empower healthcare partners by accelerating the flow of the patient data, right? Enhancing the overall patient experience. We bring together all that health data in one place so that, we take patient engagement into a whole new light. From all this, there's lots of different products that we can come up with, and I'm going to show you some real quick. So we're working with the American Heart Association, the Simple 7. We enable it, and that's one product that we call the integrated view. We're going to be presenting on stage at AHA actually November 11th, this coming up weekend. We've been on tour here. We can get granular on the data too, so you can dive deeper into the data and see what actually matters. We also came up with a caregiver view so that you can sign up a loved one. You can track and monitor one's health. And it's really important to preserve and pass on multi-generational health data. I want my grandma's data and my mom's data because I'm 38 years young and I want to live to be 150. How are we going to do that? By having a multi-generational health record and enabling, physicians to look at my health records from a whole new way. And the researchers have came to us, so we enable clinical trials by fast-tracking clinical trials and breaking down these data silos of EHR, DNA, and fitness, wearable biosensor information in one place. So we have a Seekster research portal as well that we've created. Efficient management of patients into clinical trials. So in summary, here are partners: Boston University, Glenner Alzheimer's Family Centers, and the San Diego Blood Bank. And our business model, for those of you that asked, it's a B2B model where we actually can deploy the technology. It's an upfront licensing cost, and it's a per member per month. And that's Seekster. All your baseline genetic, episodic EHR, continuous monitoring, wearable fitness information all in one place. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, one more time. A big round of applause for all 18 of our fabulous, fabulous presentations. As a quick reminder, if you want to review which companies were doing presentations, it's on the Exponential Medicine app under the MEDy Awards. We are going to invite all of our companies to come out who were our finalists. And we're going to do a very quick group photo with everyone. Come on out, you guys.
I'm good. Are you done? You can use
All right.
Russell.
Where's Daniel? Hold on. Where's our man? Daniel. We missed the great grad. Okay. Come on to the center, buddy.
No. That's okay. It's okay. It was for Russell and Jeff, and they're on it.
Now, hold on. It's been a tradition that we do a jump shot. Or this time, since we were a little older than we were 9 years ago, we're going to just do a little leg kick, like a little line. Hey, oh, can we all do that? Like in the center.